In today's chaotic world, emotional control is your secret weapon to staying calm, focused, and unstoppable. Stoicism reveals a powerful truth. We can't control everything around us, but we can control how we respond. Imagine having the power to keep your cool no matter what life throws your way. Ready to stop being overwhelmed by emotions and start mastering them? Let's dive into how Stoic wisdom can give you the emotional strength to thrive. In this video, we'll explore 5 powerful Stoic insights to help you take immediate control over your emotions. From mastering the dichotomy of control to embracing adversity as growth, each principle will equip you with the tools to handle any emotional challenge with strength and clarity. We'll also dive into how rational thinking, negative visualization, and practical exercises can help you transform your emotional responses and build lasting resilience. Get ready to stop being soft and take charge of your emotional well-being. 2. Understanding Stoic emotional mastery. Building upon the idea of emotional control, it's crucial to understand the core concept of Stoic emotional mastery. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control external events, but we can absolutely control our internal reactions. This shift in mindset is powerful. It means that our emotional responses are not dictated by the world around us, but by our perceptions and judgments. At its heart, Stoic emotional mastery is about separating what's in our control from what isn't. In life, things happen that are completely outside our influence. People will disappoint us, situations will unfold unexpectedly, and obstacles will arise. Stoicism asks us to acknowledge this truth, but more importantly, to not let it affect our peace of mind. We cannot control the actions of others, nor can we dictate the future. But we can choose how we respond to these circumstances. That's where the power of Stoic emotional mastery lies. Consider this. When you get angry or frustrated, it's often because you're focusing on something you can't change. Maybe someone cuts you off in traffic, or a colleague takes credit for your work. These events, while frustrating, don't have to ruin your day or dictate your emotional state. Stoicism teaches us to recognize these moments as opportunities to practice emotional control. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, we can pause and shift our focus to what we can control, our own thoughts and responses. One of the best ways to begin mastering your emotions is by changing the way you interpret situations. Instead of viewing a challenging moment as a threat, see it as a chance to exercise patience, empathy, or resilience. For example, when faced with an uncooperative coworker, instead of letting irritation take over, use the moment to practice calmness and understanding. Remember, how we perceive a situation determines how we feel about it. By training yourself to view life's difficulties as growth opportunities, you build emotional resilience over time. Another essential part of Stoic emotional mastery is recognizing that emotions are not inherently good or bad, they are simply reactions. It's our judgments about those emotions that cause problems. In Stoicism, emotions like anger, fear, or sadness are natural, but when we react impulsively or allow them to control us, that's when they become destructive. By acknowledging your feelings without judgment and choosing a reasoned response, you regain control of your emotional state. Stoic wisdom also emphasizes the importance of mindfulness. By being present in the moment, you can better observe your emotions without becoming consumed by them. This mindful approach helps you identify your emotional triggers and give yourself the space to choose a response rather than react out of habit. It's about creating that mental pause between stimulus and reaction, allowing you to make a conscious choice about how you want to feel and respond. In short, Stoic emotional mastery is all about understanding that emotions are not the enemy. They are signals that we can use to guide us. By training ourselves to recognize and control our emotional reactions, we empower ourselves to remain calm and focused, no matter what life throws our way. When you adopt this mindset, you start to realize that your emotional well-being is in your hands. It's not about controlling everything around you. It's about mastering your inner world. 3. Insight number 1. Practice the dichotomy of control. Building on Stoic emotional mastery, one of the most powerful insights for immediate emotional control is the dichotomy of control. This concept is at the core of Stoicism and offers a practical, straightforward approach to managing your emotions in any situation. It's simple but revolutionary. There are things you can control and things you cannot. The secret to emotional resilience lies in focusing only on what's within your control and letting go of everything else. Think about this for a moment. How many times have you felt frustrated, anxious, or angry because of something outside your control? Maybe it's the weather ruining your plans, a person's behavior, or a work deadline that's out of your hands. These are classic examples of things we can't control, yet we often waste energy trying to change them or stressing over them. The dichotomy of control teaches us to acknowledge these external events, but not to allow them to affect our emotional state. When you start practicing this concept, it's like lifting a heavy weight off your shoulders. Why? Because you're no longer giving power to things that don't deserve it. You're shifting your focus inward to what you can change: your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions. This might sound simple, but it's incredibly freeing. It allows you to stop feeling helpless or overwhelmed by external forces. Here's a simple example to illustrate the dichotomy of control in action. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. You can't control the other drivers, the traffic lights, or the time it will take to get to your destination. But what you can control is how you respond to the situation. You can choose to let the frustration take over and ruin your day, or you can accept the situation, practice patience, and use the time to listen to an audiobook or reflect on your goals. The choice is yours, and focusing on what's within your control makes all the difference. The beauty of this insight is that it immediately calms your emotional reaction. When you realize you don't have to waste energy on things beyond your control, you become less reactive and more proactive in shaping your emotional landscape. Instead of reacting to life's challenges with stress, you begin responding with grace and composure. To incorporate the dichotomy of control into your daily life, ask yourself one simple question whenever you feel overwhelmed or emotional. Is this within my control? If the answer is no, remind yourself that it's not worth investing emotional energy into. Focus on what you can control: your mindset, your actions, and your responses. This small mental shift can transform how you experience challenges and significantly reduce unnecessary emotional turmoil. In summary, practicing the dichotomy of control is one of the quickest ways to regain emotional control. By accepting that some things are beyond our reach and focusing only on what we can influence, we free ourselves from stress, anxiety, and frustration. It's a simple, Stoic strategy that has the power to change how you approach every aspect of your life. When you focus on what you control, you gain the clarity and emotional resilience to handle anything with ease. 4. Insight number 2. Embrace adversity as a path to growth. Building on the idea of focusing on what's within our control, let's dive into another powerful Stoic insight. Embrace adversity as a path to growth. Stoicism teaches that challenges and obstacles aren't just unavoidable parts of life, they're essential for personal growth. Instead of seeing adversity as something to avoid or fear, Stoicism encourages us to welcome it, knowing that it's in these tough times that we develop strength, resilience, and wisdom. You've probably heard the saying, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." Stoics take this one step further, viewing every difficulty as an opportunity to grow and refine their character. This mindset shift is crucial in gaining control over your emotional responses. Instead of reacting with frustration or helplessness when life gets hard, you begin to embrace the struggle, seeing it as a stepping stone to becoming your best self. Think about it. The greatest moments of personal growth often come from overcoming hardships. Whether it's dealing with a personal loss, facing a challenging work project, or navigating a tough relationship, adversity forces you to tap into your inner resources and rise to the occasion. Stoics understand that the best version of yourself can only emerge through facing and overcoming difficulties. Imagine, for instance, you're dealing with a setback at work. You missed a big deadline, or a project didn't go as planned. The immediate emotional reaction might be disappointment, frustration, or even self-doubt. However, with Stoic wisdom, you can pause and reframe the situation. Instead of dwelling on failure, you can ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better? By seeing adversity as a learning opportunity, you turn a potentially negative experience into a stepping stone toward personal development. In Stoicism, this idea is called amor fati, the love of fate. It's the practice of accepting everything that happens, even the challenges, with gratitude. Rather than wishing for an easier life or resenting the hardships we face, we learn to embrace them fully, knowing they are helping us become more resilient and better equipped for future challenges. It's a radical shift in perspective that transforms adversity from a source of stress into a catalyst for personal evolution. By adopting this mindset, you begin to control your emotional reactions in tough situations. Instead of getting bogged down by feelings of helplessness or defeat, you choose to respond with calmness and resolve, recognizing that every challenge is part of your journey toward growth. This not only helps you stay emotionally steady but also empowers you to move forward with greater clarity and strength. To truly embrace adversity, take a step back in difficult moments and remind yourself that growth doesn't come from easy victories. It comes from pushing through challenges. Every obstacle is an opportunity to build your emotional resilience and become more in control of your feelings. By adopting this Stoic mindset, you not only overcome adversity more effectively but also turn each difficulty into a chance to elevate yourself. In conclusion, embracing adversity as a path to growth is a transformative Stoic insight that allows you to stay grounded, focused, and emotionally strong in the face of challenges. When you see life's obstacles as opportunities to grow, you gain the emotional control needed to navigate even the most difficult situations with grace and strength. 5. Insight number 3. Control your reactions, not the situation. Building on the idea of embracing adversity, let's explore another Stoic insight that is key to emotional control. Control your reactions, not the situation. While we can't always control the external events or circumstances we face, we always have control over how we choose to respond. This insight is essential for mastering your emotions and maintaining inner peace in any situation, no matter how challenging it may seem. Think about it. Life is unpredictable. No matter how carefully we plan, things don't always go the way we expect. People disappoint us, work situations spiral out of control, or the unexpected happens. It's easy to get caught up in the emotions that these situations trigger: anger, frustration, anxiety. But the Stoic wisdom here is simple. While we can't always change what happens, we can always choose how we react. Imagine you're dealing with a difficult colleague at work who is constantly undermining you. Your first instinct might be to retaliate, to get upset, or to argue. But when you take a step back and apply Stoic wisdom, you realize that the situation itself is not what's in your control. What is in your control is how you respond. You can choose to react with calm, dignity, and patience, or you can allow the situation to trigger anger and frustration. The difference lies in your emotional response. This principle empowers you to take control of your inner world. When you realize that your reactions are within your control, it gives you the freedom to choose peace over stress, patience over frustration, and clarity over confusion. You start to recognize that your emotions are not dictated by external events, but by your own internal choices. You can train yourself to respond with calm and composure, no matter how chaotic the situation. One powerful way to practice this is through mindfulness. Whenever you feel a strong emotion rising in response to an external event, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what is the wise response here? How can I respond with dignity, understanding, and emotional control? This simple act of mindfulness gives you the space to choose your response thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively or emotionally. For example, let's say you miss an important flight. You're frustrated, anxious, and angry at the inconvenience. Instead of letting those emotions spiral out of control, remember that your reaction is what you can control. You might feel upset, but you don't need to let that frustration ruin your entire day. You can choose to stay calm, assess the situation, and figure out a solution without letting negative emotions take over. By practicing this principle regularly, you train yourself to detach from the emotional turmoil of difficult situations. You no longer feel like a victim of circumstances because you realize that your power lies in your response. This is what makes Stoic philosophy so empowering. It teaches you that you don't have to be at the mercy of your emotions or the unpredictable world around you. Instead, You can take charge of your emotional state and maintain your inner peace, regardless of what's happening outside. In conclusion, controlling your reactions instead of trying to control external situations is a key Stoic practice that allows you to master your emotions. It empowers you to respond with wisdom, patience, and composure, ensuring that no external event can disturb your emotional equilibrium. By embracing this insight, you become less reactive and more intentional with your emotional responses, helping you navigate life's challenges with greater calm and strength. 6. Insight number 4. Practice gratitude in every situation. Building on the idea of controlling your reactions, let's explore another powerful Stoic insight. Practice gratitude in every situation. Gratitude is often associated with positive experiences, but Stoics teach us to cultivate gratitude even in the face of adversity. By choosing to focus on what we can be thankful for, no matter how challenging the circumstances, we can transform our emotional responses and maintain a sense of peace and clarity. In life, it's easy to get caught up in what we don't have or what isn't going right. We focus on the obstacles, the setbacks, and the disappointments, allowing them to dominate our thoughts and emotions. But the Stoic practice of gratitude encourages us to shift our focus. Instead of dwelling on the negative, we are invited to find something to be grateful for in every situation. Whether it's the smallest blessing or a lesson learned from hardship, gratitude has the power to reframe our experiences and help us maintain emotional control. Think about a time when something didn't go as planned. Maybe a project at work failed, or a personal goal was left unachieved. Naturally, it's easy to feel discouraged, frustrated, or disappointed. However, the Stoic approach is to pause and find something positive in that moment. Perhaps it's the lesson learned from the failure, the growth that came from the challenge, or even the strength you developed as you faced adversity. By practicing gratitude, you not only shift your emotional state, but you also begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than setbacks. Take a moment to reflect. Have you ever noticed how gratitude instantly changes your mindset? When you take a few seconds to focus on what's going well in your life, whether it's the support of a friend, your health, or even a beautiful sunset, you instantly feel a sense of calm and perspective. This is the transformative power of gratitude. It doesn't just help you appreciate the good moments. It helps you cultivate a sense of balance and peace during the tough times. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This quote reminds us that gratitude comes from recognizing the abundance in our lives, even in the simplest things. By focusing on what we have, rather than what we lack, we shift our emotional state from scarcity to abundance. This shift in perspective is crucial for maintaining emotional control in any situation. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. It means acknowledging that even in the toughest times, there is always something to be grateful for. Whether it's the ability to learn from mistakes or the support of loved ones, there is always a silver lining. Practicing gratitude is about cultivating an attitude of appreciation that grounds you in the present moment and helps you navigate life with emotional strength and clarity. In conclusion, practicing gratitude in every situation is a powerful Stoic insight that enhances emotional control and inner peace. It allows you to shift your focus from negativity to positivity, from scarcity to abundance. By embracing gratitude, you not only improve your emotional resilience but also transform your experience of life, finding joy and growth even in the most challenging moments. The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll realize that no matter what happens, you always have something to be thankful for. 7. Insight number 5. Embrace the present moment. Following the powerful practice of gratitude, let's explore another critical Stoic insight. Embrace the present moment. Once we begin to control our reactions and practice gratitude, it becomes clear that the present moment is the only place where true emotional control exists. Too often, we get caught up in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. Stoics remind us that neither the past nor the future can be controlled, but we can always master the present. This insight is a game changer for emotional control. Have you ever found yourself dwelling on something that happened yesterday, or stressing over something that might happen tomorrow? It's natural to get lost in these thoughts, but the Stoics challenge us to refocus. They teach us that peace comes from being fully engaged in the present moment, as that's where we have the power to make choices, take action, and influence our emotional state. When we embrace the present, we stop letting external events or past mistakes define our emotional state. Instead of ruminating on the what-ifs and what-could-have-beens, we anchor ourselves in what is happening right now. This doesn't mean ignoring past lessons or future goals, but it does mean understanding that the only moment we truly have is this one. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Confine yourself to the present." This simple yet profound advice reminds us that emotional peace is achieved when we stop letting our minds wander to what is beyond our control. Think about how much emotional energy is wasted on things outside our immediate control. Whether it's worrying about a presentation next week or regretting something you said months ago, these thoughts take away from the present moment and cloud your emotional clarity. But when you choose to focus on what is happening right now, on the tasks at hand, the people in front of you, and your immediate surroundings, you bring your energy back to the place where it matters most. To practice this Stoic insight, try mindfulness techniques. This could be as simple as taking a few deep breaths when you feel overwhelmed or taking a moment to appreciate the present surroundings, like the warmth of the sun, the sounds around you, or the sensation of your breath. These moments of presence help you ground your emotions and prevent your mind from spiraling into stress or distraction. Living in the present also allows you to respond to situations with clarity and purpose. When you are fully aware of the moment, you are better equipped to make rational decisions, avoid knee-jerk reactions, and act from a place of emotional control. Instead of reacting impulsively to a stressful situation, you can choose your response thoughtfully, using the tools of gratitude and emotional detachment you've already cultivated. In conclusion, embracing the present moment is the ultimate key to mastering emotional control. It empowers you to live with intention, focus, and calmness, regardless of external circumstances. By focusing on the here and now, you stop wasting energy on things beyond your control and reclaim your emotional clarity. When you practice presence, you discover that the power to control your emotions lies not in the past or the future, but in the present, where you always have the ability to choose your response and shape your emotional reality. If you've enjoyed these powerful Stoic insights and learned how to take control of your emotions, don't forget to hit that like button. Your support means the world to us. Sparkling Heart Sparkles now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and share how these Stoic practices have impacted your life or how you plan to use them to gain more emotional control. Let's keep the conversation going and inspire one another. Speech balloon backhand index pointing down, and if you found this video helpful, don't stop here. We've got more incredible content lined up just for you. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss out on our future videos that will help you grow stronger, more focused, and more resilient. Keep watching and keep transforming your life, because you are capable of greatness. Flexed biceps collision.